Ever wondered how secure your online transactions really are? In this digital age, we've grown accustomed to the convenience of online shopping. We tap, click and swipe, ordering goods from the comfort of our homes. But with this convenience comes a question, a nagging doubt. Just how safe are our online transactions? As we enter this world of digital transactions, let's take a moment to consider the importance of online security. It's an issue that has grown in relevance with each passing year. As more and more of our daily lives move online, the need for protection from cyber threats has never been more crucial. Among these threats is a shadowy group known as Magecart. Now, we won't delve into the nitty-gritty just yet, but it's suffice to say this group has been causing quite a stir in the cyber world. They've been linked to a string of high-profile attacks, injecting malicious code into websites to steal payment card information. Well, it's time to dive into the world of cybercrime, specifically the Magecart attacks. But first, who or what is Magecart? Magecart is not a singular entity, but rather a consortium of cybercriminal groups. These digital wrongdoers emerged from the shadows of the internet, their origins murky, but their intentions crystal clear. They specialize in a unique form of cyber theft known as digital skimming or e-skimming. Imagine walking into a shop, swiping your card to make a purchase, and unknowingly, your card details are copied and stored. That's skimming in the physical world. Now translate that to the digital world. You're on a website, you input your card details to buy something, and behind the scenes, a malicious code injected by Magecart copies and sends your details to the cybercriminals. That, dear listener, is digital skimming. Magecart's modus operandi is strikingly simple, yet horrifyingly effective. They target online businesses, injecting their malicious code into the website's payment page. When an unsuspecting customer makes a transaction, their payment card information is captured and sent to the cyber thieves, all without raising a single alarm. Now that we know who we're dealing with, let's travel back to 2018. The year 2018 marked the beginning of a series of notorious cyber attacks. This was the year when the cybercriminal group known as Magecart truly began to make its mark on the world. In a series of meticulously planned and executed digital heists, they targeted some of the biggest names in the online world. One of the most significant attacks of this year was the Ticketmaster breach. It was an attack that sent shockwaves through the online sphere, demonstrating just how vulnerable even the largest corporations could be. In this incident, Magecart planted malicious code into Ticketmaster's website, which then skimmed off the payment card details of unsuspecting customers. The results were catastrophic. Thousands of customers had their sensitive information stolen, shaking trust in the popular ticket-selling platform. But how did this happen, you may wonder? Magecart made use of what is known as a supply chain attack. This involves infiltrating a third-party service used by a target website, in this case, a customer support tool. Once inside, they inject their malicious code, which then sits there quietly, recording and stealing the payment card details of any customer who makes a purchase. The aftermath of this attack was significant. Ticketmaster faced a hefty fine for the breach, not to mention the damage done to their reputation. More importantly, it highlighted the increasing sophistication of Magecart's operations and their ability to exploit weak points in a company's security. But 2018 was not just about Ticketmaster. Other high-profile victims included British Airways and Newegg, marking a year of relentless activity from the cybercriminal group. The methods were similar, but the scale and impact varied, each attack further cementing Magecart's reputation as a serious threat to online security. And as we moved into 2019, things only escalated. The success of these attacks emboldened Magecart, setting the stage for a year of even more audacious cyber heists. But that is a story for another time. In 2019, a year of turbulence in the world of online security. It was a time that witnessed the audacious exploits of the cybercriminal syndicate known as Magecart. Two significant attacks that year left a lasting impact on the world of e-commerce, affecting global giants British Airways and Newegg. The assault on British Airways was nothing short of a masterstroke in the annals of cybercrime. In a meticulously planned operation, Magecart managed to inject malicious code into the airline's payment system. This allowed them to siphon off credit card information from unsuspecting customers. The fallout was catastrophic. With nearly 500,000 individuals affected, their payment details exposed to the murky world of the dark web. But Magecart didn't stop there. Their next target was Newegg, a leading online retailer. Using a similar modus operandi, they infiltrated Newegg's payment system, and for a full month, they had free rein to steal customer payment information. The exact number of individuals affected remains undisclosed, but given Newegg's massive customer base, the impact was likely substantial. These attacks were not just about the theft of credit card information. They were also a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in our increasingly digital world. The tactics used by Magecart, particularly their ability to inject malicious code into websites, marked a significant evolution in cybercrime strategies. The aftermath of these breaches was profound. Both British Airways and Newegg faced intense scrutiny, their reputations tarnished. They were forced to invest heavily in bolstering their digital security infrastructure, a move that echoed across the online retail industry. As 2019 drew to a close, the world was left to grapple with the harsh reality of these cyber attacks. But one thing was certain: the threat was far from over. And with the dawn of a new decade, Magecart was far from finished. In 2020, amidst global chaos, cybercriminals found new opportunities. A year that will be forever etched in our memories for the global pandemic, it was also a year that saw a surge in cybercrime activities, with Magecart at the helm. As the world grappled with an unseen enemy, another foe was silently working in the shadows, exploiting the situation to its advantage. The year 2020 was a field day for these cyber marauders. With the onset of the global health crisis, people turned en masse to online shopping and digital transactions, creating a fertile ground for Magecart to sow its sinister seeds. The group wasted no time in capitalizing on this digital shift, injecting their malicious code into a multitude of websites. One of the standout exploits of Magecart in 2020 was the attack on several high-profile e-commerce platforms. Using what is known as a supply chain attack, they injected their skimming code into a popular third-party service used by these platforms. As customers made purchases, their credit card details were stealthily siphoned off. But it wasn't just e-commerce that fell prey to Magecart's devious strategies. Educational websites and online learning platforms, which saw a significant surge in usage due to the global lockdown, also found themselves in the crosshairs. Magecart's 2020 exploits serve as a stark reminder of how adaptable and opportunistic cybercriminals can be. They are not bound by any ethical considerations, nor do they discriminate in their choice of victims. When the world was at its most vulnerable, they seized the opportunity to exploit it. But it's not all doom and gloom. The rise in Magecart attacks has also led to increased awareness about online security, prompting individuals and businesses alike to take proactive measures to protect themselves from such threats. As we can see, the threat of Magecart is very real and ever-present. It's a sobering thought, but one we must confront if we are to stay one step ahead of these cyber criminals. Over the past 3 years, the impact of Magecart has been severe. This consortium of cybercriminals, operating under the veil of anonymity, has wreaked havoc on the digital sphere, targeting some of the world's most notable organizations. Starting in 2018, we saw Magecart make their first significant strike, penetrating the defenses of Ticketmaster. This was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that even the giants in the industry face. They used malicious code skillfully injected into the website to pilfer payment card information. In 2019, the scale of Magecart's operations escalated. British Airways fell victim to their insidious tactics, resulting in the theft of an extensive trove of customer data. The repercussions were significant, not only financially, but also in terms of tarnished reputations and dented consumer trust. The year 2020 was a testament to the relentless persistence of Magecart. The cybercriminals set their sights on Newegg, once again resorting to their tried and true method of injecting malicious code into the website. Their audacious attack served as another reminder of the constant threats lurking in the digital landscape. These attacks underscore the importance of robust online security. In an era where our lives are increasingly intertwined with the digital world, the potential threats are ever-present and evolving. It's not just about protecting financial information. It's also about safeguarding our identities, our privacy, and the trust we place in the digital platforms we use daily. The story of Magecart is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the potential hazards that exist in the shadows of our connected world. It highlights the importance of staying vigilant, of understanding the risks, and of implementing the necessary safeguards to protect against such threats. Remember, in the digital world, staying informed is your first line of defense.